Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Once again, I'm Ned from Tech, but otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood basement dweller. Don't worry, ma'am, I am from the internet, and coming from the internet, I've noticed some giant changes coming around since social media, particular social medias, have come out. Mental health has been a big deal, especially since this new social media. Now, I want to go over these terms that I've heard of over and over again that were forced down my throat and see when they became such a big deal. And the first one is narcissism. When TikTok started invading my personal space, the word narcissism came around quite a bit. So it looks like, as of note, in February, where is it? Oh, come on, over February 2017. So it looks like something happened in 2016 to trigger all this, because here's mental health, and yeah, about the same time. Wait, January 2016. Okay. January 2016 for bipolar personality disorder. That's mental health versus bipolar versus 2016 note. Something happened in 2016. 2016. And then I'm noticing January 2022. Okay. What the hell happened in 2016? This is LGBTQ. What happened? 2017. Wait, where's January 2021? What happened? Okay, let's focus on January and February 2022. January, February 20. What happened? That was COVID? Was that COVID? Did COVID-19 screw us all up mentally? Did it exacerbate what we had? Or did it just, increased media coverage and public disclosure? Mental health topics revealed significant attention in the media during the forced period. But the American Psychology Association highlighted emerging trends in mental health, including urgent need for services and the impact of children. Was that just because we were locked in with COVID? Let's face it, that was nuts being locked in. Seasonal factor. Okay, yeah. After December. Let's face it, the second week after December 31st, it feels like months after Christmas. So that's a little bit concerning to me. Now, I'm wondering if we all got hit with the COVID. We were all locked in with each other during the COVID, and thus we all hated each other because familiarity breeds contempt. We're not working anymore. We're not doing things. And the first thing that we do is we blame the people who are around us after we're done blaming ourselves. Or maybe we do it the other way around. I don't know how you roll. I'm Irish Roman Catholic, so we're bad with guilt. I mean, at least I was raised that way. I didn't have communion. They wouldn't have me. Now the LGBTQ won't have me either because I was raised that way. Frick. Too bad I wasn't like hot chick like Cher or something, or I could get away with making songs about it. Okay, this is interesting. In 2016, a legislative announcement passed 21st Century Cures Act marked a major milestone. Did this have something to do with it? Oh, hell. Comprehensive legislation aimed to enhance mental health services, promote early intervention, and integrate mental care into the broader healthcare system. Oh, hell. Oh, hell, did we just open a Pandora's box? Like, seriously, we don't understand any of these mental health things. A lot of these pills that we give to people to feel better, we don't even know how they work. I don't think we figured out how Effexor works. Like, we know how Cipralex works, but did we actually ever figure out exactly how Effexor works? Like, really, do we know what it does? We don't know what the brain is. We don't know what's going on in there. There's so many things that could be so many things that we're terrified, shouting out in the dark. There are people who will have something like They'll have bipolar, and people just say they're straight up narcissistic. And no, it's not like that. And I myself have lived through some crazy times where people who claim that they work for the government say some insane shit that a quick Google will turn around. Like, if you're depressed, you don't yell. That's bullshit. I know people who are depressed because life is on them and they're trying really hard, but life keeps crushing them. And though they are depressed, they have no option to simply die, so they scream. That's what they do. Now, the fact that it took a mental health person, a mental health person told me that. Like, really, seriously, legitimately, we are definitely coming up and figuring out that there's lots of mental issues in our society. There's lots of pushed away mental issues. But it feels like if we are honoring all of these mental issues far too much, we are also not able to carry on or move on as a society as needed. But I guess here in Canada, we have the ability to kill ourselves if things get bad enough, so we are now prepared to face those realities. Because if we can't handle them, we can just die, right? Thanks, Trudeau. Wow. Public awareness campaigns. Holy hell. Holy hell. Did TikTok just pick this up and run with it? So yeah, we have mental health. We all have mental health. Life isn't supposed to be good. Life is supposed to be middle of the road. That's how Buddha got to nirvana. He figured out we're all supposed to be in the middle. We're not supposed to be happy all the time. Nobody said we were supposed to be happy all the time. Nobody said that. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in our society that I don't see attached to anything other than consumeristic lifestyles. I don't know any religion that tells you to put a ring on somebody's finger made of gold that costs X amount of your wage. Where the hell does that come from? Well, you know what? Let's ask AI. Oh my god. Did what's his name bang what's her name? Cleopatra. And then the thing about rings just kind of caught on because Romans were Christian? That's interesting. Do I have this wrong, or did Rome become Italy? No, because Rome's still there. Okay, yeah, so get this. Rome is the capital of Italy. Okay, so check this out. This is the Vatican City. The Vatican is not just a city, it is also a state. The Christians at one point had a full state, just as the Muslims now are trying to get a caliphate. You see that? That is the country. It's a country. It's not just a city. They have their own forces. They have their own stamps. Now, what's interesting is though Rome basically ramped up Christianity 999%, the Christians ended up getting their own were they called the Holy See? They had their own army, they had their own country, and Rome beat them all the way back to the Vatican City, and then shortly after that, World War II started, and Mussolini said to the Pope, "Hey, you better not be saying anything about what we be doing with the Jews, and we cannot give you any problem, capiche?" Something like that. I know I probably pissed off a whole bunch of people, but hey, it's the internet. We live to be pissed off here. Let's face it, if there wasn't negative energy, could the internet work? I don't think so. But anyways, that's just really interesting how all that works. The really interesting thing about all of this mental health stuff, it all gets us under the control of someone who has to feed us medication and tell us how we have to live. But at the same time, if you're talking about, like, I have ulcerative colitis, and it happens to different people for different reasons. Different people have issues for different reasons, and there are quite a few, like ADHD, there's probably 5 million different sub-issues within that they just completely umbrella over, and we're like, okay, it's ADHD. We're not exactly sure what's going on. They can't say what's going on in the brain. They act like they can. They got these tools and machines to say that they can read the brain, but yeah, then you find out the story of a guy that scanned the brain of a dead fish just to see what the dead fish was thinking. And guys, sometimes we get away with a little more than we should. So what I'm saying is, I got learning disabilities. I ain't all there in some ways. I try my best to be a good person. It's very important. I am spec so crazy. I suck at math. I am wonderful at English. I just can't write it. I can comprehend it. It's interesting, though. The ring seems to be in almost every society. Huh. Anyway, sorry. What I was trying to say is, yeah, I got issues, but I don't let it hold me back. I try my best at all times, and I don't just sit in pity, crying that the world's a horrible place unless doing so will help the world. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for listening to me, guys.